This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Well, is that the sky?
I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Where are you coming from?
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh. No, 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 no. No! Dang it! Do 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 do. Oh, they changed the song. Ooh! Oh! Oh, button.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
I like the noises. Off. Oh. Goodbye.
And Stanley was happy.
I'm happy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Yeah,
be?
yes, yeah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Sorry, Charles.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed
Huh.
for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
It's very calming,
Feeling
honestly.
soothed and rejuvenated,
Oh, it's just
Stanley
getting good.
calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Here I go. Down the elevator. Once again. Oh. Okay. Did you stop sparking? Sparky.
Stanley
Ooh.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. What happens when I turn it on? Freedom means nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes, it has.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Except, this is the point of the story where you are wrong, narrator. Where I gain control.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes!
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
Really?
You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you
No.
want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
What?
Eliminating the entire complex.
Excuse me.
Long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
With the doors
Shame
open.
we have so little time
What is
left
this?
to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments
No.
each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway.
2.
I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
What?
I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing
That's 4.
buttons
Where's
endlessly
3?
and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I
What?
let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
34.
I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
No.
This video game can be beaten, won, sold. Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing
Red button.
watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Red button.
See you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
No.
Cling desperately to your frail life.
Red button.
Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Oh.
Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the
Backup power.
Believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment
No!
we meet in until the moment I say
No. It's another beautiful day at the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
It's not.
Stanley knew perfectly well. Perhaps
Charles.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in the... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I don't think I will.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
It is amazing, isn't it?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Wrong foot!
You really are not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh, that's the truth, isn't it?
You've been neglecting Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
And who's that?
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who? Who? Huh?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
But I can't. Who? Huh? Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh my!
Gotcha! Oh, did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press J.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press Q.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing
My
buttons.
office?
Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press U.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I don't want to. I don't want to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work,
Not the clock.
he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
I want to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Yeah. Let's prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room, with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Stanley Parable. Yeah. Tell my kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
I'm going to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
But I need to go to work.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I...
I hate Mondays. Welcome back to work.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single
cares?
person there either.
Charles.
With disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes, I did.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
I've got to escape.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No. I have to escape. I can't be here anymore.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I have to escape. I can't
The
stay
door
here.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Is that the escape? Where am I?
As the machine whirred into motion and and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger.
No.
He doesn't know the real story.
No.
Forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
No.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No. No. Huh?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
What?
as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This is heaven. It's the office. My office? The others' offices? The corridor? The office. Flying cabinet? Filing cabinets. Office computers. It's solitaire. Credits. Stanley Parable. Left is always the right way. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. The office. Fun. Happiness. Warzone. I'm not gonna read that. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. There are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Money? I want money. I'm not getting paid for this. Narrator emails. Huh. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. The office. Huh? The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but he wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Yeah. Cargo lift. The cargo lift was intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Ah, fun. This is the original office. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending model. Oh my gosh. Trailers. We were informed major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable. How big is this place? Begin the game again, resume the game, option, return, escape menu. Okay. Huh? It's a robot? Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Monitor room, elevator, countdown room. There's so much in here. But I think
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Do choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
I died. To anybody who watched this video, I am deeply sorry. This is me editing, and I hated editing it because I was cringing every single time I heard my voice. So, if you made it to the end, good job. You didn't have to. I promise the next video will be much better than this one. Oh, this one hurt me. Just finishing it. But I had to get it done because I had to... People are asking for more Stanley, so I just wanted to finish this. I had this pre-recorded. I wish I could go back and fix it now. I might go and do a couple more runs differently, because I still have a couple more runs that I... Anyway, I'm going to probably redo those. But if you made it to the end, subscribe, like the video if you want. You don't have to. It's free. And thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.